To admire him for his technicality in football, his tactics, the way he reads game, and his discipline towards his players. He doesn't take nonsense. And if you are not performing, you are not playing. Yes, welcome to GunnersLoversTV. Where are we starting from? We're going to start from Man City today to discuss the Supercup competition that took place yesterday at Athens between Manchester City and Sevilla. It was a very one-sided game towards the end, 74% in favor of Manchester City, and Sevilla were very poor, trying to contain Man City's bombardment and attack. Man City took them hostage. They were under siege. Sevilla was under siege. But they managed to contain Man City to the end of the match, and it ended 1-1 full time until penalties 5-4 in favor of Manchester City. Now, what are the issues to be discussed from this match regarding the performance of Manchester City? We know Sevilla is not in our Premier League. The two people that scored for Manchester City to start with was Palmer again. That name resonates everybody's memory. When we played Manchester City, Palmer was the one who scored that glorious goal that Manchester City, Guardiola, and every of their fans were almost raising off the roof. But disappointedly, ended in sorrow for them in the Community Shield. The issue of not being a sportsman, you see, Guardiola, I used to admire him for his technicality in football, his tactics, the way he reads game, and his discipline towards his players. He doesn't take nonsense. And if you are not performing, you are not playing. And he has an eye for picking the right players to play for Man City. He can also develop players like Ake, We know how he was in Bournemouth and how he is now. We know Kyle Walker, what he was in Tottenham, how he is now. We know John Stones, how he was when he was in Everton, how he is now. So all these are players that he has developed. I used to admire him for that. Now, he has allowed how he reacted to the victory of Arsenal when we won the Community Shield. We discussed it in that video. Now he has reacted again, sarcastically, against the Premier League organizers. He said he wants to thank the Premier League for putting their match on Saturday against Newcastle by 8 p.m. Now, how can you thank a body that you play under and say you are thanking them for fixing the match for 8 p.m.? We all know that this is how the Premier League is. If you shout from today to tomorrow, you will not change it. We remember Christmas season, how they used to play match almost every three days. We remember how some people will play UEFA Champions League match and come back 2-3 days or so after they are already playing another match. This is the culture of the football here. You cannot change it. And I don't know when it will ever be changed. People have clamored for winter breaks. People have clamored for the matches to be spread out so that players don't get injured. People have clamored for fairness in officiating. But we must all conduct ourselves in a very, very disciplined manner. I find it very disrespectful for him to tell the Premier League thank you. That's the height of sarcasm. then you just say it like that, open in the press. You know, there must be reservation from the side of coaches and managers. There must be reservation. So I urge him to take heart and see that it's not just directed at Man City alone. This thing has been going on for a long time. Although he has the full right to express his mind, just as we are expressing our mind here. But it's just for us to point it out. And he's not happy with the way Premier League match for Newcastle was put on a Saturday, 8 p.m. I personally think they should have allowed them play for Sunday, because this Supercup, we all know it will take place, because we have seen where matches have been moved forward, postponed. See, there was ample time to postpone the Man City match to give them enough rest, and somebody who is not playing for any competition on Saturday could be moved from Sunday to Saturday, and then to accommodate them on Sunday. See, like I used to tell you, in this channel, we call a spade a spade. We say it how it is. We're not on anybody's side, except for we are GunnersLoversTV. We discuss football because Man City is one of the clubs we play against. We cannot just keep a blind eye to what is happening around us and just concentrate only on Arsenal. So that's why we're discussing it. So I urge the Premier League board to look into things like this and, you know, assist players for quick recovery and give them enough time to rest. Even though we know that many of them now fly first class planes and they can sleep in the plane and relax and all that. Accommodation can be made for them within hotel near to Manchester City. But the truth must be said, matches must be spaced out to allow players and coaches have rest. Like what Guardiola said now, they could not even celebrate. Nobody is drinking alcohol in the Manchester City squad. No coach is drinking alcohol, no player is drinking alcohol, because they want to be at full speed when they play Newcastle. We know Newcastle is in the first four now. They're also challenging for Champions League. So that is the first part of this discussion. The second part of this discussion is the fact that we learned that Aymeric Laporte, which Arsenal were, looking at to see if he could come to Arsenal. Man City has accepted the bid from Saudi again. You see, they have accepted the bid for Aymeric Laporte. Now, we had already said in the last video that based on the last antecedent of Man City selling Jesus and Zinchenko to Arsenal, I don't see them selling to us again one of their star players. And Aymeric Laporte, is 29, is very versatile. So that's one thing I wanted us to know quickly. Talking about Man City again, the injury boom is going round. It's gone round to Chelsea, took out Nkunku, gone round to Arsenal. We all now know from Arsenal website that Jury and Timber will not, or might not, let me use the word might not, play this season because of ACL. And if he ever is going to play, of course, it's not to 2-3 months, 4 months now. It's going to be later part of the season. So that's a setback for Arsenal. You move to Aston Villa, Tyrone Mings, injury too. We don't know how long that one will also be. Now, Man City again, hamstring for Kevin De Bruyne, KDB. He too is out. Injury. So these very important players who are very important to these clubs I've mentioned, they are all on injury list. and we wish them quick recovery. You know, no matter what, they are human beings. We wish them quick recovery. Now, the final part of Man City issue is to say that the Man City I watched yesterday against Sevilla, and the Man City I also watched against Arsenal, I have discovered that there's a big difference between the Man City that won the treble and the Man City we have now. Unless something is done quickly by Man City to further reinforce, because they've sold very many of some of their very good players are out. Guardiola is out. Morris is out. You know, Cancelo is in or out, because at the moment we're hearing that Arsenal is even interested now. The value put on Cancelo is about 60 million. Barcelona were the front runners, but as it is now, they have not still been able to properly register Guardiola. I don't know whether they have done that now, Barcelona. So that makes Cancelo very wary of moving to Barcelona now. So Arsenal now is keen and interested to see if they can get Cancelo too, because Laporte now, the bid has accepted. I think bearing any hitch, unless he says it's not going, it's a matter of time he will be doing his medical in Saudi. Now, we have interest in so many other players. We are told now Arsenal has rejuvenated their interest in Kudus. We are also told that they are interested in Fatih Ansu of Barcelona. You see, these are players that we have indicated interest in. Many other defenders were Guehi, and one other defender again in Leicester City. So there are so many people on the list Arsenal are trying to get to cover for Julian Timber and also up front. Like what I was telling you, if Man City wishes to compete very well this season, bearing the failure of any other club, they might find it very difficult to keep the winning streak going on. It's too early to say, but they really have to buckle up, because unlike those days where we start the league, you find that after 5-10 matches, Manchester City has already given everybody gap. It's no longer like that. Various owners of the clubs, starting from Newcastle, Saudi owners, billionaire Todd Bowley in Chelsea, Arsenal's Kroenke. Of course, it's a new Kroenke now. You can see what Arsenal is spending, you know. And Liverpool, that players are rejecting. They have the money, but players are rejecting them. Man U, they too have the money, but you can see that the transfer of the club to a new owner has been a problem. The timing is so wrong during this transfer. It's hindering their ability to buy players. But Man City really needs to watch their back, because other clubs are coming. Other clubs have developed. They need to really keep their concentration going, because if Sevilla are taking some of their chances too, first half, before the game became very bad for them, it could have been another game we are talking about, you know. So they need to really watch other clubs behind their back coming fast. Clubs like Arsenal, clubs like Liverpool, clubs like Chelsea has bought a lot of strong players, and they're very on paper, they might be very strong this season. So I leave you with these thoughts. Send us a comment, please, and let us know what you think about this discussion for today. Like, share, and subscribe. This is GunnersLoversTV. Do not walk past. I'm your host, Augustine. Subscribe, as it is free, and I thank all our subscribers who have subscribed to this channel. Share these videos to your friends, and you make us more happy. Jesus loves you, and we love you here. Bye.